Hi, it's me, Sailor Moon, Serena, and it's me, Luna here. Now I know that we usually make one film a day, but in the past we used to make a lot of films. But that's not the grounds of this film. Today is going to be what I'm gonna call Sailor Moon. Uh, come on, Jacob crossover. Now, I don't know how we're going to have a overlap or whatever you want to call it. Crossover, well, cross is a Latin borrowed word. I don't know how to have there's really no way to make this thing work. So, when a lot of folks have, there's really no way to make it work. You see, we both have our own YouTube fairways. Sailor Moon Jacob, who's been on since last year, we've been on for about 7 years, maybe 8 years. And we can't really do it overlap. You know, the only thing we could do was make films or something, and he says something and I say something back. But that's probably as far as it's going to go. You know, he's got his own life, I got mine. Even if I make this film and put it out there, the seek of it him actually looking at it and saying anything is up there. That was sad. You know, back in the day, YouTube gave you the film word where you could then speak back to the other film, but that's been gone for years. So this makes it hard. But I'm thinking we could work together, Sailor Moon Jacob and Sailor Moon for life. You know, I make a film, and then he makes a film, and then we make it look like we're going back and forth. You know, like we did. That's the only way it can work, because there is no other way of doing it. There are downsides. One, he lives somewhere else, and we live somewhere else, and there's no way we can get to where he's at, and there's no way he can get to where we're at. So it's not like we're going to be working in a film together. Well, I don't know who truly. So that's not going to work. And then there's always the who owns a overlap film. I don't know. Anyway, I've been thinking you take Jacob, who got Usagi. That's not my name, by the way. That's the Toei's name. My name is the Deacon Cloverway name, Serena. And then he can come on and do whatever he wants to do and then say something back to us. I know that he's got a lot of ones out there. I've watched his films, so I know what he can do. Yeah, we've been thinking this overlap for some time. You know, we never ever had anyone else making films and overlapping with us. It can't be done. Not in the way that two folks meet in the same stead and then make the same film together. That'll never happen. Alright? But if we can make this film and put it out there, then he can actually watch it. And if he wants to make his film back at us, then that's good. But I don't really think that's going to work. I mean, he doesn't make, yes, he makes Sailor Moon films like we do, but at the same time, I don't really think he's going to want to do this. I mean, yes, he did reach out to us way back sometime December of last year and asked us to shout him out, which we did. But I don't really think after that shout out film that we made for him, I don't really think he's watched any more of our films. And I don't really think he'll even watch ours, which is sad. You know? You've been on YouTube for 7 years, soon to be 8 years. You think you're the only one that's doing this? Well, and then Sailor Moon Jacob came along, and he started doing what we did, and he did things that A, we never thought of. That'd be A. B, we could not do. Well, we can't go outside and film the outside of our house, and we can't go inside and show you all the house because we don't got that kind of shooter. It's just a web shooter. So we can't do those kind of films like he can. You know? And we can only upload our films through YouTube on a web shooter, through a reckoner, because we don't got no Ys. We don't got no far speaker that has a built-in web shooter to do all that shit. So we kind of handicapped it in what we can and cannot do, which our followers understand, the ones that like our stuff. And you know, there's so many folks out there like, oh, put the followers first, and we do that. So it's up to you, Sailor Moon Jacob, if you want to make a film back. If you want to start a saga of films, and we go back and forth, and you do things, and then we do our film right back. If you want to, it's up to you. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You got your own life, your own free will, you whatever. But you're right, Luna. I mean, all the things you said are right. Wouldn't it be cool if Sailor Moon Jacob worked with Sailor Moon for life? I mean, it would be good if Jacob did work with him, with Dwayne, but we all know, as we just talked about early on, the handicaps between steads and Reichs and earldoms and all that stuff that would stop anyone from working together. And then you got Crowvid, so that would also be a handicap in itself too. And also, who owns a overtake film? When two crafters or filmmakers or whatever you want to call them work together, who actually owns it? I don't want to know. But I do know that Sailor Moon Jacob reached out to us way back in around December of last year, asked us to do the shout out film, which we did. Go back, it's there. He did follow us. So at the end of the day, he has seen our films. He just might not know what to say about them. Well, yeah, what do you say about someone who's been doing Sailor Moon doll films for about 7 years, soon to be 8 years, and you only been doing it for 1 year? So, what do you say? I mean, I don't know. I just hope that he's actually still likes our films. I know our films are not as good as his Sailor Moon Jacob's films. I mean, he can do all these outstanding drawings and lighting and all these cool shifts that we can't do. I know he can go show you what his house looks like and make films inside and outside. And I know he has all the well, not all of them, but a lot of them. And he knows all their Japanese or their Dawnlandish, borrowed names. And yes, he does have, he could do, yeah. And we can't do that. I mean, yeah, we could go out and do films like he does, but at the end of the day, we don't really have the time. And we could go out and do a lot of films, but it wouldn't be the same way. Like, you got American Idol or New World Glee. Yes, we could do it like that, but one, we wouldn't have any of the songs, and two, well, anyway, his films are just more good than ours. I mean, he somehow, some way, gets the songs from the Deke and Clover Way and puts them in there, and we can't do that. If we did that, knowing our luck, if we did that, we would be in a hang-up with ownership, which luckily we never were in a hang-up with. But he can do a lot of things we can't do. And he can go a lot of steads we didn't go. So I really do think that Sailor Moon Jacob, you do make a lot of good films. And I just hope that you watch this film. I know it's going to be a long 9-minute film, but I just hope you watch it. And I just hope you want to make a overlap film with us. We make our films about 7 in the morning. You wouldn't know that, but that's really what time we do our films. And if you want to make a follow-up film to this, go right ahead. We can go back and forth. But to be earnest with you, if you choose to do this, that would be great. I want to think that I had something to do with it. I know that it was the Super Mario film that gave you the thought, of doing what you're doing on YouTube. But keep in mind, when I came on YouTube about, this would have been around 2008 YL, when I was first Sailor Moon Red, there was no one doing this. Oh yes, there were folks that were making films and show playing and, clothing themselves as the Sailor Fighters and all that stuff. But there weren't any ones that were doing it like us. You came along, right? You came along after we came along, and I like to think that we may have been the way, we may have made, I want to think, forgive me, I want to think that I had something to do with that. That I somehow made you think that, hey, it needs to be done. That it can be done. And I know that a lot of hate comes your way and a lot of scathing comes your way, but like me, just don't care about it. Anyway, I'm running. Get to the ground, Sailor Moon. The ground, Serena. Grounds is, Sailor Moon Jacob, please work with us. Yeah. Alright. You see, Sailor Moon, or Serena, she's been this way. She's 39 years old, but she still behaves like she's behaved since she was 4 between years old. Hey! So if you like the film Sailor Moon Shake-Up, or anyone else who's liked this film, watch our last film we made over here. Or follow us here at Sailor Moon for Life. Alright? I'm Luna, and I'm Sailor Moon. No, I'm Sailor Moon, and you're Luna. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm Luna, and she's Sailor Moon. And hope you like this film. You can stop being a meatball head now and end the film. It's 11 minutes. And you know the longer the film is, the longer it takes to upload and play. Alright, Luna.